interested in before we move too much further down the list, I am interested in seeing what you think about Kenneth Walker. So Kenneth
Mm-hmm.
Walker finishes as the RB 18 overall, the RB 16 in points per game. He didn't get the full season as the
Mm-hmm.
starter. So he came on pretty late. We had the Rashad Penny experience for like a minute again,
Again.
as we so often do with him. And then Kenneth Walker comes in and he looked like a Seattle Seahawks running back. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how else to say it. Like Chris Carson, you remember how good Chris Carson was? And it's
Yeah.
not that he was necessarily special. I don't mean that as an insult, but he wasn't like upper echelon running back of all time. He's just really good. And the Seahawks know how to use really good running backs really well. So maybe because he didn't play a full season, do you think there's a discount to be had on him right now?
I don't know. I think there could be if you're trying to trade for him and you're working the GM that has him and you're like, "Hey, I want Kenneth Walker, he was RB, 16 on or what was it? RB 16 on the season."
Mhm. Yeah, in points per game. RB 18 overall, RB
All right,
16 points per game.
I'd even, as someone that's trying to be savvy, like, "Hey, he was RB 18 overall. Let me take this guy off your hands." He
Take
he
this
showed
jabroni.
yeah, he showed that he's not the guy. Um, I think he could sneak into the top 12, like low end, like maybe like 12, 13. Like he'd be like right on that cusp next year, assuming health, assuming he gets the full workload. Because I mean, the Seahawks have a lot of other positions that they need to focus on. And whether they draft a quarterback, I mean, they have 2 first-round picks this year. So whether they draft a quarterback, maybe they'll run with Geno Smith again for another year. I don't know, but I feel like if they were to spend a little bit of draft capital or free agency in the offensive line just to bolster that a little bit more, I could see him like cracking that top 12 next year just because from what we saw, he had some very electric moments. And like you said, the Seahawks staff, as much as I hate giving Pete Carroll any sort of credit whatsoever, he knows how to put people in their positions to succeed. And
Yeah.
and Kenneth Walker is one of those. So I would try to trade for him this offseason if you can. Hopefully, and again, using that like he was RB 18. He didn't live up to that, what was he going in rookie drafts? Like the 103 last year.
Mhm.
He didn't live up to that 103 hype. So try to get a little bit of discount for him. Yeah.
I think it'll ring a little hollow to anybody who has him on their team of like, he didn't live up to expect. I don't know that you're going to see those people be like, yeah, he was RB 18 because it
You
felt a lot
never
better
know.
than that.
It's
And it is a lot better. That's true.
you
I
can
think
try.
though, there is something to be said for when you're on on the clock in rookie drafts, when that comes around, I do think you could very, very easily trade less than what you acquired him for to
Mhm.
get him in that moment. You get him for 103 last year. I think you could get him for something like the 106, 107, maybe even just a tad further down
Mhm.
because people get hyped up for rookie drafts. They want the newness, they don't want the oldness. So I like that.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe like a 108, 109, and then like a random third round pick or something too, just to
Yeah.
sweeten it a little bit, which third round picks are nothing. Like the hit rate on them is practically nothing. So,
But
like,
not on rookie draft day. Then they're
that's right.
everything.
That's right. So, yeah, he is someone I'd be very interested in trying to acquire this season.